So no video yesterday on Monday. It's not my fault. Couldn't get studio time. I was told by the fat cats and big wigs that we don't want losers. You're programming your little Michigan football team. You're a bunch of losers. So they gave me an ultimatum. If you still want daily studio time, 25 subscribers, prove that this show has a fan base left, and you guys aren't a bunch of front runners. I don't believe that at all, but it is what it is. I was told 25 subscribers off today's video. Or else. I don't know what the or else means. I might get thrown out of a window. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just let's not get there, okay? 25 subscribers. If you haven't watched the show before, subscribe if you're a Michigan fan. If you have and you've already subscribed, send it to a friend and tell them, subscribe. I don't want to see Yoder banished from YouTube for life just because Jim Harbaugh's offense can't put the ball in the end zone for when they're in red zone. Basically in any game that matters. All right, we've got Michigan football rumors coming up. We're going to talk Blake Corum, Cade McNamara's injury, and the emergence of Andrel Anthony coming up right now. The Michigan Football Report is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code GOBLUE. Get 20% off your order and free shipping. Don't have a jungle going on down there. Make sure Mrs. Claus is happy this holiday season. Manscaped.com. Promo code GOBLUE. Trim it up down below. All right. We are going to talk 3 or 4 stories today on the show. Took Monday off. Had to get my my brain right. I was so looking forward to the stretch run to the Ohio State game, and all that's over at this point. Now, college football playoffs will be tonight. Maybe by the time you're watching this, you'll see them. So we'll see where Michigan shakes out. Probably be 8th, 9th, potentially as high as 7th. But no, that's really going to matter if you don't win out the rest of the season. So I've got three rumors to talk about on today's show, starting with Cade McNamara. And this storyline that came out of the game against Michigan State, both from Jim Harbaugh in his press conference, Cade McNamara in the locker room and like the post-game radio show, and then Harbaugh reiterated again on Monday in his press conference. Look, I'm giving it 2 Harbaugh heads, all right? It seems a little fishy to me based on some things I've seen from people who were at the game, kind of not making valid what McNamara and Harbaugh have told the media in the past 3 days since this loss to Michigan State. So we'll kind of recap what happened. All right. JJ McCarthy goes into the game when Michigan's got in the red zone, tie ball game. He fumbles, goes out of bounds. McNamara comes to the next play, incomplete pass. Michigan settles for a field goal, goes up 33-30. Then what happens? Then Michigan State goes 3 and out. Michigan has a chance with about 6.5 minutes left in the game to put the game away. They put JJ McCarthy back in the game. First down, either a bobbled snap or a miss handoff with Blake Corum. They fumble. Michigan State recovers. A few plays later, they score a touchdown. And people are up in arms. Like, why were you putting this freshman, JJ McCarthy, in the game in crunch time when he just fumbled the prior possession in the red zone? Luckily, it didn't hurt Michigan at the time. And then you bring back Cade the next possession, and Michigan goes on a 12-play drive when they are down 3, right? This wasn't like McNamara came in and it was a 3 and out or anything. He threw 10 plays on the next possession. So it was really interesting to see that happen after the game. Jim Harbaugh, Cade McNamara, they repeat to the media. Well, Cade was working through something. Cade McNamara, I'm going to have to let the doctors decide what my availability will be for practice this week, for the game coming up this week here. So I don't know what to make of this story, because when I look at the film, I went into the every single snap stuff that's on YouTube. If you want to watch that, just go look like Michigan, every snap versus Michigan State on offense. And Cade McNamara did not take a hit in the previous few passes before JJ McCarthy went in for that fumble. He didn't take any hits afterwards, so I don't know where he was injured. He had to go into the tent, as they call it, the injury tent, and that's why JJ McCarthy won the game. People are out there on Twitter disputing this, right? It could be Twitter people, could be people just starting to, shake some things up, trying to ruffle some feathers out there, that said, I was sitting 20 rows behind the Michigan bench. McNamara was standing on the sideline when JJ McCarthy fumbled and lost that snap. And then what happened? Well, I'll tell you about that here in 1 second. But before I do continue on the story, I want to ask you this question. Do you believe Cade McNamara was truly hurt on JJ McCarthy's fumble that Michigan State recovered, scored the go-ahead touchdown off of? Go ahead down and type Y for yes in the comments. If you don't believe him or you're a little skeptical, I don't know, go ahead and type no. I'm going to pin this comment below the video, so just reply to the comment with a Y or an N. You might get hit with a YouTube ad break. Go down in the comments, reply, scroll back up. We'll keep rolling with the show. Guys, if you haven't watched the show before, it is the Chat Sports Harbaugh Head Rumor Meter. We gave that one 2 Harbaugh Heads, which means people are talking clearly in the rumor category of things. If I give something 0 Harbaugh Heads, fake news, all the way up to 4 Harbaugh Heads, which is F-A-C-K, fact. That's how Jim Harbaugh spells it. So that's how we spell it here at the Michigan Football Report. Whether or not Cade McNamara was injured, right? Whether it was a foot, a knee, a hand, a shoulder, maybe something concussion related. Clearly it wasn't, because he went back into the game on the next possession after the fumble. Michigan should have trusted Cade McNamara, who had played the best game of his career as a Wolverine, 1 yard shy of the program record in passing yards against Michigan State. They should have trusted him there, not to make the play, should have trusted him to know whether or not he was hurt or whether or not he could go in, not fumble the ball, not turn the ball over. Whether are you the best player right now to lead us down the field up 3 on the road against a top 10 team with 6 minutes in the game, or aren't you? And that's why he's your starting quarterback, because he can make that decision. He's not going to want to let the team down. He had a great game. 28 completions, 383 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception was the last play of the game. Some people will say Michigan got interfered with on that game. But I don't think, no matter what the situation was, okay, no matter if it was, hey, he got rung up on a play a few plays before Michigan State went 3 and out, Michigan got the ball back, or he had tweaked a shoulder, anything like that, he would know. Clearly, he was good enough to be in the game prior to that, was good enough to be in the game after that. So to make the decision to just sit him on the sideline and put JJ McCarthy in at that point of the game made no sense to me. It feels to me like this is a cover-up, right? It feels to me like they put him in there to take a look at it, but that was something that was different. Maybe he was going to go in there regardless. I'm not sure, but he didn't go in there. From what we're seeing from people who were at the game behind the Michigan bench, is he didn't go into the injury tent until Michigan State took the ball over on offense, which was after JJ McCarthy's fumble that lost Michigan the ball, that ultimately lost them the game. But I thought Cade McNamara had a pretty good game. Want to know from you guys, grade Cade McNamara versus Michigan State. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go with a B, maybe trending towards a B minus had he got the win. Maybe an A performance. Wasn't getting it done in the red zone, right? That's still the knock on him, the knock on Josh Gattis and this offense. But go down. Let me know in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go with a B minus at this point. Not enough production in the red zone. Threw that interception, had 2 chances to win the game in the final minutes, 2 straight drives, didn't get it done, but overall a pretty impressive performance. I'll go with a B minus. What's also impressive is Manscaped and what they are offering this holiday season. Look, I'm thankful, okay? I'm thankful for Manscaped. They're friends of the show, friends of the program. I've got their awesome product. The Performance Package 4.0 is what you need to hook somebody up with this holiday season. My favorite piece of the Performance Package 4.0 is the lawnmower. I trim up down below once or twice a week to make sure Mrs. Yoder isn't going down to a little bit of a jungle, especially this holiday season. So if you're looking for a gift for yourself, tell your friends, your family, your loved ones who want to buy you a gift, say go to Manscaped, use promo code GOBLUE, get 20% off and free shipping. Give me the Performance Package 4.0. Give me the Lawnmower 4.0, whatever it is. 4 million men trust Manscaped for their men's grooming, and you should too. Make sure, give yourself a little gift this holiday season. Or people say, hey, what can I get Billy for Christmas? What can I get Tim for Christmas? Manscaped.com, promo code GOBLUE. Tell them to hook you up with the Lawnmower 4.0. All right, as Andrel Anthony emerged as the wide receiver 1, the top target, the man when it comes to what this program has going on, he emerged on Saturday, all right? First catch of his Wolverine, 93 yards to the house for a touchdown, the longest play from scrimmage in the history of the Michigan State rivalry. And people say, like, where's this guy been all week? Who is this player? I don't know, all this different stuff. We heard a lot about him. I'm going with 3 Harbaugh heads. I'm going to wait to see what happens in the game on Saturday against Indiana, 7:30 on Fox. We'll see what happens. He's emerged. He had a heck of a game. We'll talk about his performance and what to expect from this Saturday here in a second. But want to remind you, I am under the gun. The pressure's on. The bright lights are on. I need studio time to do so. We got either a winning team or a winning show. Team didn't win, show's got to win, okay? 25 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button or do your part. Be part of exponential growth. You subscribe, you just gave us one subscriber. It's like a pyramid scheme. As long as you find us 2 subscribers and they find 2 more subscribers and they find 2 more subscribers, we'll have the entire internet subscribed, but we only need 25 for now. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. Take a look at Andrel Anthony's stats here on the screen. What a game. True freshman from East Lansing High School, goes into his hometown, 6 catches, 155 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And frankly, there were a couple plays. The touchdown from JJ McCarthy, where McCarthy rolled to his right, just tossed the ball up there in the end zone. And then the catch he made on Michigan's second to last drive, right on the sideline. Had he got a toe down, he's about an inch and a half out of bounds. It would have been, a game-changing play. Michigan probably would have scored a touchdown, won the game. He looked like a young Braylon Edwards wearing the number 1. Was probably the fastest guy, at least for certain aspects of the game, on the field, a lot of the plays he made. And then going up multiple times and just grabbing the football from the grasp of a Michigan State defender multiple times. Looked like a young Braylon Edwards. We'll see what he does this week. If he goes back on the bench against Indiana, not getting more than 1 or 2 targets, he had 6 catches. I'll have to look back. I'm guessing he had 9, 10, 11 targets. Pretty good for a true freshman, and not one that was expected to make a huge impact. We heard a lot about him in the spring ball. There's a lot of hype that he was maybe the fastest player in the team, but when it came down to it, fall camp, the first 7 games of the year, we heard almost nothing from him. Breaks out in his 8th game. I'm excited to see. He looked to me like he had something that Michigan's been missing from the wide receiver position for quite a long time. So 3 Harbaugh heads on that one. How about Blake Corum? This has been whispered around the internet. People are like, what was the deal with Corum throughout the entire game? He was looking hesitant. He wasn't playing with a lot of confidence. People are saying he was shook, okay? I'm giving it 2 Harbaugh heads. It's strictly in the rumor category. Haven't been able to get any insight or information whether or not, he was really broken up or stressing himself out. But if you don't remember, Michigan was up 7-0. So turnover, then Michigan scores a touchdown. Then Michigan State goes 3 and out. And Josh Gattis called a really great play. It was Corum kind of on a swing pass. He had 15 or 20 yards in front of him in that swing pass, and one defender who would have had to probably make a play on him 25, 30 yards down the field, and Corum dropped the ball. Would have gone for a 60-yard touchdown. Michigan went up 14-0 halfway through the first quarter. Nevertheless, he dropped it, and people were saying he was noticeably upset when talking to teammates, when talking to fellow players, and just sulking on the bench himself, not just that first quarter, but throughout the entire game. His performance, not great. 3.5 yards a carry. And this is actually consistent what we've seen from him. Either he breaks out for 10 or 12 yards per carry, or 2, 3, 4 yards per carry. There hasn't been much in between for Blake Corum this year. And he didn't really get the ball, didn't get going through the passing game this one either. 2 catches for 12 yards would have been a lot better had that said 3 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. But alas, it wasn't. I want to see what he's going to do this weekend against Indiana as well, because him and Hassan Haskins have been very hot or cold. Either they both have it going on, or neither one of them has them going on. There has yet to be a single game where one of them rushes for 150 and the other one runs for 10, 20 yards. They both get 100 yards plus. They both get 50 yards, or they both get 150. It's very consistent. Now, you could say that's the offensive play calling, that's the offensive line, that's the opponent. That all could be true. But if Michigan's going to win in less than 2 weeks at Penn State, if they have any chance of winning at Ohio State, coming up on November 27th, the running backs need to step up. Now, Cade McNamara had a good performance against the 121st best pass defense in the country, okay? Not going to, crown him a Heisman Trophy winner or anything like that going forward. If Michigan can win these last 4 games, or even win 3 of them, the running backs have to step up. They cannot be pushed back and say, okay, I'm going to get 40 yards, you get 50 yards. It's not going to cut it. And Michigan, frankly, can't score inside the red zone unless it's in the running game. So that is even more important going forward for this team. All right, we're going to take your questions. I put a mailbag call. Just give me your instant reactions on Saturday. I've held on to those questions now. We'll be back on Wednesday with all of your instant reactions from Saturday here in the Michigan Football Report YouTube channel. Until then, go Blue.